Good evening, everybody. It's a special edition of Wine 30 tonight because we got the official orders from our governor today that we are on full shelter-in-place orders, along with our neighbors to the north, Maryland and DC. I'm not quite sure about the Carolinas yet, but we're all getting there. So, without further ado, let's get into some wine. And tonight's not just about wine, it's about food and wine pairing. One of Heidi's friends recently asked us for some suggestions about food and wine pairing. And there's so many different ways I can go with that. There's the traditional, most common, knowledgeable way of pairing food and wine, red with red, white with fish. You can get into Cabernets with a fatty piece of steak, or, Oregon Pinot Noir with salmon, or French Sauvignon Blanc like Sancerre with soft cheeses. Those are known, and those are absolutely sublime. Don't get me wrong. Whenever you get a chance, do the traditional. But that's not every day. That's more cuisine you get when you're out at a restaurant or for a special occasion. Every day, especially in the world we live in today, we're doing different things. We're trying new things in the crock pot at home, or we're doing takeout from a local restaurant. Let's say you bring home some Indian food or some ethnic food. What do you pair with that? Well, when I thought about doing this video about food and wine pairing, Indian food came to mind actually, because I had a recent experience that just was one of those magical food and wine pairings that I never would have expected. I was tasting in an account, and the owner, after our wine tasting, was kind enough to send me home with a nice to-go bag of his buttered chicken, which is phenomenal. I love buttered chicken. It's spicy, it's creamy, it's buttery, it's everything you want. And I happen to have, from that tasting, a half-open bottle of good red Zinfandel from California. And when I ate my to-go in front of the TV and drank that glass of Zinfandel, it was as magical probably as any pairing I've had. The crazy spice from the butter chicken with the ripeness from the Zinfandel grape, the oak from the red wine pairing with the butteriness from the chicken, it was just absolutely perfect. So that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna recreate that actually. I have butter chicken in the crock pot right now. Heidi and I are excited to eat that, and it's gonna go over rice. We're gonna serve it to the kids. It's gonna be delicious. And so I went out and picked a favorite Zinfandel of mine. I went and got this wine right here. This is 8 Years in the Desert. It's the name of the wine by Orin Swift, a very, very commonly known rock star winemaker from California. The winery is Orin Swift. The winemaker is Dave Finney. He's a legend. He's known for his crazy labels and his really, really intense red wine blends and white wines from Northern California. So let's open it and let's give it a shot. It is a great Zinfandel, one of the reasons because it comes from incredible vineyard sources. This Zinfandel actually gets a lot of its Zinfandel fruit from a vineyard in Sonoma Valley called Monte Rosso Vineyard. And this has Zinfandel vines that are what are called old vine Zinfandel vines. They date back to almost 100 years. So those Zinfandel grapes that grow from those vines get this incredible layer after layer of really intense fruit, really exotic spices and flavors to the Zinfandel grape. But in addition to Zinfandel, this is actually a Zinfandel blend. He blends this with, from some of the same vineyard properties, with Syrah, Petite Syrah, and Grenache. So you get a lot more of the spice characteristic from the Syrah, some really intense color from the Petite Syrah, and some really, really nice, more jammy fruitiness from the Grenache that's blended in. And so this is a powerhouse wine. This is a big wine from California. Just look at that color. Just look at it. It is just dense purple. You can almost taste and smell how rich the wine is just from the color. So this should give me exactly what I'm looking for. This butter chicken we're making has been cooking all day. The flavor's been melting in. We put a lot of turmeric and cumin and what's the other spice? The
garam
masala.
masala.
Garam masala. So, I mean, you could smell it in my house right now. So the jamminess and the intensity of this Zinfandel should go really well. Blueberries and blackberries. And just almost like a core of Asian spices in the in the nose as well. And you can smell the oak. I didn't mention the oak treatment on this wine. This wine sees 8 months in oak, so not too much, but it is about 40% new, and it's French and American oak. So you pick up flavors of clove, vanilla from the oak. You pick up, maybe a little coconut as well. Oh yeah. Layer after layer of copious fruits and spices, and just a really nice intensity to it, but balance, actually. It's intense, but it really finishes soft and elegant and creamy on the end of the palate. Wow, yummy. Do you want to try it, Heidi? It's a good one. And so this is where you get food and wine pairing that's a little bit off the beaten path. This is where you can take things that are not just, oh God, I'm thinking about it too much. Just get a crazy spicy wine with a crazy spicy dish. That's a great pairing. And as I found out that night after I came home from that account, it was actually one of the most magical pairings I've ever done. So we're gonna try to recreate it tonight with some great butter chicken and some delicious 8 Years in the Desert by Orin Swift. Dave Finney, here's to you. Thank you for making killer wine, and see you next time, guys. Take care.